Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is a continuation of the soil organic matter as a part B. We have seen that, and now this is the B part of the same here, but in a relatively good shape, good form. This I got it from somewhere else, and you can see the same materials are there. That is the non-living part is the humus, humic acid, non-humic substances, and humine insoluble. We would be discussing them. Remember this picture in mind. Organic matter continued. So humus is made up of two groups of components. We reach to the humus formation, humification in the part 1. Now onwards, humification we continue. Humus is made up of two groups of components, humic substances and non-humic substances. Humic substances. These include series of relatively high molecular weight, highly acidic, yellow, brown to black colored amorphous substances formed by the decomposition, secondary synthesis, and polymerization reactions. These substances are mostly resistant to microbial decay or attack. Humic substances then they cannot be further acted upon by the microbes, and these humic substances they make 60 to 80% of the soil organic matter, of the whole soil organic matter. 60 to 80% depending upon the type of process, depending upon the organic matter, depending upon the speed of the decay or presence absence of humus and the microbes. So 60 to 80% part is humic substances. Humic substances are further classified or divided into three groups on the basis of their solubility in acids and alkali and resistant to degradation. Number 1 is the fulvic acid. These are soluble both in acid and alkali. alkali acid दोनों में हल पजीर हैं. हम जब मैट्रिक में होते थे गैसेस बनाते थे, अभी तो वो नहीं है, तो एक सेंटेंस बड़ा क्लियर होता है जी, ये हवा से हल्की है, हवा से भारी है, पानी में हल पजीर है या ना हल पजीर है. यहाँ पे दिस इज soluble, हल पजीर है, एसिड और अल्कली दोनों में हल पजीर है. सो इट इज soluble both in acid and alkali and most susceptible to microbial attack. This means कि this is preferred by the microbes. Susceptible means microbe इस पे अच्छी तरीके से अटैक कर सकते हैं और फर्दर इसको कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं केमिकली. Humic acid, these are soluble in alkali. अल्कली में हल पजीर है और इनसॉल्युबल है एसिड में, और एसिड में ना हल पजीर है, हल नहीं होते हैं, और ये स्लाइटली रेजिस्टेंट हैं टू डिके. सो soluble in alkali, insoluble in acids, slightly resistant to decay, they are the humic substances. तीसरी कैटेगरी आती है humine. They are insoluble both in alkali and acids. ये न alkali में soluble हैं न एसिड्स में, दोनों में ना हल पजीर है. मोस्ट रेजिस्टेंट टू माइक्रोबियल डिके, मतलब ये है कि ये माइक्रोब्स को अच्छा नहीं लगता, या सख्त होते हैं या टॉक्सिक होते हैं. मोस्ट रेजिस्टेंट है, दे रेजिस्ट फर्दर डिकम्पोजिशन बाय द माइक्रोब्स. नॉन ह्यूमिक सब्सटेंसेस पे आते हैं. नॉन ह्यूमिक सब्सटेंसेस दे शेयर अबाउट 20 to 30% ऑफ द ऑर्गेनिक मैटर. इनका शेयर हिस्सा सारे ऑर्गेनिक मैटर में 20 से 30%. दे आर लेस कम्प्लेक्स. दिस मीन्स दे आर relatively simple. They are less resistant to decay and less resistant. They can be decayed easily compared to other things. They include polysaccharides, polyurides such as carbohydrates, sugars, amino acids, lipids वगैरह. कंपोजिशन ऑफ ऑर्गेनिक रेजिड्यू. अब ये थोड़ी सी हम ज़रा कर लेते हैं कि ऑर्गेनिक जो रेजिड्यू है ये इसकी अपनी कंपोजिशन क्या है, व्हाट इज़ इट्स कंपोजिशन। तो ज़ाहिर है कि एक चीज़ जो होती है, ऑर्गेनिक मैटर कंसिस्ट 75% ऑफ मॉइस्चर, रेंज इज 60 to 90%। कहाँ पे 60 हो सकता है, कहाँ पे 90 हो सकता है, दिस इज़ द रेंज, बट एवरेजली 75% ऑफ एनी ऑर्गेनिक मैटर इज़ द मॉइस्चर। तो बाकी तो 25% रह जाता है, 25% इज़ ड्राई मटेरियल, जो ड्राई होने के बाद हमें मिलता है, तो वो 25% है। अब इसमें क्या है, इस 25% में आप देखें कार्बन 44% होगा, ऑक्सीजन 40% है, हाइड्रोजन 8% है, ऐश कंटेंट्स एज इनऑर्गेनिक एलिमेंट्स वो भी 8% है। So this is further variation composition of a dry matter. Which dry matter? This 25% dry matter. Based on the organic compounds. Now this is another classification that we can classify dry matter, not the organic matter. Organic matter में तो 75% water है, only 25 matter, 25% is the dry matter. उस 25% में जो ऑर्गेनिक कंटेंट्स हैं वो कौन कौन से हैं। ऑर्गेनिक कंटेंट्स में से कार्बोहाइड्रेट इज़ द फर्स्ट वन, which may make up to 60% of the dry matter. They range in complexity from simple sugars to starches. Simple sugars से लेके complex से लेके simple sugar तक है, so complexity is there or simplicity is there. Cellulose are the most prominent of the organic compound. Cellulose सबसे ज़्यादा prominent है, important है organic fraction में. Lignans tough tissue है, resistant tissue है. All organisms cannot make use of it. All organisms cannot cause its decay or cannot even digest. So they are found generally in older plants or woody plant tissue. Woody कीकर में लिग्नन बहुत ज़्यादा है, तो इसका शेयर जो है एवरेज 25% है, लेकिन दे मे वेरी फ्रॉम 10 to 30%, 10 से 30% तक पॉसिबल है। एवरेज कंडीशंस आर 25। प्रोटीन्स आप देखें कि 1 to 15% है और एवरेज अमाउंट लेवल इज़ 10%। इट इंक्लूड्स वाटर soluble and crude proteins, दोनों water soluble proteins, crude proteins. Simple proteins decay easily than complex and crude. So simple जो है वो easily decayable है, less resistant है, जबकि complex they are more resistant to decay process, breakdown process towards microbial role. Fats, waxes, tannic acids 1 to 8% है और एवरेज 5 है। जनरली फाउंड इन सीड्स, बार्क डेट रेजिस्ट डिके। आप देखें कि किसी भी पौधे की बार्क जो है ये सख्त होती है, टफ होती है, रेजिस्टेंट होती है। अगर आप एक दफ़ा बार्क हटा दें तो ऑर्गेनिजम्स, माइक्रोब्स, फंजाई, डिजीज़ दे कैन ईजीली अटैक। फैट, वैक्सेस, टैनिन्स दे आर रेजिस्टेंट। जिस चीज़ में वैक्स होगा, फैट होगा, वो रेजिस्टेंट होगा। तो ज़ाहिर है कि ये चीज़ें बार्क में और सीड्स में इनमें बहुत ज़्यादा होती हैं। दैट्स वाई सीड्स दे रिमेन इन द सॉइल फॉर मैनी ईयर्स, और लेट्स से फॉर अ longer time they would be there. The decay of organic matter occurs through three general stage reactions. There are three stages, three reactions, three steps when decay occurs. Decay process does not occur in a one step. It's not a one step process. It takes time. अगर आप वो खाद बनाना चाहते हैं ऑर्गेनिक खाद, तो आप कोई भी मेथड यूज़ कर लें, 4-5 महीने लग जाते हैं। चाहे ज़मीन में दबा दें, चाहे उसको किसी आर्टिफिशियल तरीके से करना चाहें, तो इट विल टेक 4 to 5 months because different stages are there. The bulk of the organic matter is enzymatically oxidized. with the production of carbon dioxide, water, heat as the major products. So the breakdown occurs, the bulk, major, बड़ा bulk जो है let's say ज़्यादा हिस्सा, it would be enzymatically oxidized. Enzymatically means कि इसमें enzyme बनेंगे, microbes, they would cause a decay, they would evolve carbon dioxide, they would evolve, release watery substances, they would release heat. थोड़ी सी अगर आपको एग्जांपल दे दें, डेरान चेदे अगर आप उसके अंदर थोड़ा सा बेलचा लगाएं, अंदर उसमें हाथ डाल दें तो you would feel warm. It would be warmer. Carbon is essentially component of all the organic matter and life processes. एक और चीज़ आपको बताएं, ज़मींदार इज फेमिलियर विद इट, अगर आप गोबर डाल दें पौधे को, गोबर, तो ही वुड से ज़मींदार नोज विदा बूटी स्वजी उली स्वजी there is a high content of carbon dioxide and there is a high amount of heat released. When it changes into humus, humus does not release heat. So that's the process, that the first step is this one. Second step is the all essential elements like N, P, K, S, they are set free release हो जाते हैं थ्रू बायोजियोकेमिकल साइकिल्स, या रिलीज होने के बाद इमोबलाइज हो जाएंगे. मसलन फॉस्फेट सॉइल में होगा लेकिन प्लांट्स कैन नॉट टेक इट, इट इज़ इमोबलाइज, इट गेट्स टाइड अप टू द सॉइल पार्टिकल्स, it gets tied up to certain microbe. So mobilization is not there. So when it is not moving, it cannot enter the roots. Roots cannot take it up. So it would remain there and deficiency would occur. Third category है the compounds resistant to microbial actions are formed either through modification from the original compounds present in the plant tissue or through microbial synthesis. तीसरी एक बात जो है कि जी जो रेजिस्टेंट कंपाउंड्स हैं या तो वो खुद प्रेजेंट हैं, जिस तरह के टैनिन, कैटेचुइन, दे आर प्रेजेंट, कत्था वगैरह, they are present in the plant, they would remain there. Wax is present, it would remain there. Fatty compounds would be there, they would be remain there. They were there original, लेकिन during chemical transformation also some of the substances are formed which were initially susceptible to degradation, but during the microbial transformation they may change to resistant substances. So these resistant compounds are collectively make, these resistant compounds then collectively make humus. The overall process producing inorganic or mineral form is called mineralization. I have told this simply. Release of minerals from a humus is mineralization. The conversion of organic matter into humus is humification. Release of ammonia from the organic matter or from the humus is ammonification. Most of the inorganic forms released by decay are readily easily available to higher plants and microbes. And all organic compounds usually start decaying simultaneously. ये आप देखेंगे नेचर में जितने भी ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड्स हैं, they are acted upon by microbes, definitely by different categories of microbes, groups of microbes at the same time. But some decay early, some decay late. But the rate of decay depends upon the source of the litter, temperature, moisture, population of microbes, pH, or climate of the habitat. Let me give you one example. If this litter is coming in a forest from angiosperms, broadleaf species, and at the same time there is a litter from the gymnosperm, pines, cones, they would be there acted upon by the microbes, but one would decay slow, other would not decay slow. Because source of litter is different. Gymnosperm litter contains waxes, oils which are resistant. So population of microbes भी ये भी हो सकता है कि किसी एक जगह पे एक खास एरिया में microbes कम हों, microbes ज़्यादा हों. So if we have a high category active microbes, high population of microbes, that portion would decay quickly. Then there is habitat conditions within the same general area. If water is there, the area is waterlogged, decay would be poor. Salinity is there, decay would be poor. Some toxic substances are there, pollutants are there, decay would be poor. But nature में the decay process starts simultaneously. Then it is the source, temperature, moisture, population, type of microbe, population microbe, pH value, climate, or other features of the habitat that would determine which will decay early, which would decay late. This is one table I made for you. That at the top, sugar, starches, simple proteins, they decay very rapidly. At the base, category 6, lignans, they decay very slowly. Fats, slightly better than lignans. Worst is lignan, then is fats. Easier to decay sugar, starches, simple proteins, then crude proteins, then hemicelluloses, celluloses, then fats and waxes, and ultimately lignans. So this is the process rate of the decay. Gymnosperm litter decays slowly with humidification. Therefore, thick layers of litter are always present in the coniferous forest. अगर आप मरी का आन स्वाद जाएं, कभी गर्मियों में, सर्दियों में, जिस मौसम में भी जाएं, या आप वहाँ के रहने वाले हैं, you could see always needles are there. But broad leaves के पत्ते आपको नहीं नजर आएंगे हर वक्त. Needles are there because humidification is very slow. So litter remains. Litter is not humidified. It remains there. Humus layer is, litter layer is very thick because humidification is slow, and humus layer is very thin. Thin layer is formed. इसके मुकाबले में अगर जिम्नोस्पर्म लिटर है, ब्रॉड लीव है, तो it occurs easy decay is there, decomposition is there, accumulation नहीं होती लिटर की, बट ह्यूमस की थिक लेयर होगी. अगर आप थोड़ा सा पत्ते हटाएंगे उसके नीचे आपको ह्यूमस मिल जाएगा. दोनों प्रोसेस एक ही जगह पे सेम क्लाइमेट में, बट सिंस द सोर्स इज डिफरेंट, in one case humidification is slow, in other case humidification is very quick. In one case there is a poor humus layer available, in other case a very thin or sometimes no humus layer is available. ग्रासलैंड में थोड़ा सा फर्क है. Litter decays easily with rapid humidification resulting in a thick humus layer. grassland में कोई भी घास का मैदान है, grasses are there. Mineralization is slow, लेकिन the rate of humidification is very slow and the rate of mineralization is the rate of humidification is very rapid in grassland, the grassland litter, but mineralization is slow. That means humus layer would be very thick there. The rate of decay is slow in dry climates, acidic soil, saline soil, water-like soil, or in the deeper layers of the soil. It is rapid in the humid, warm environment, temperate climate, or in the upper surfaces. The amount of organic matter decreases with increasing soil depth. अब ये तो कॉमन सेंस की बात है कि ऊपर वाली लेयर्स में we have lot of litter, we have lot of organic matter. We have a lot of microorganisms and conditions. The environmental conditions are suitable for the decay. So maximum decay, maximum organic matter, maximum microbial activity, maximum humus formation would be in the top layers. As we go downward, then the conditions become relatively poor in terms of oxygenation, in terms of availability of the organic matter, in terms of microflora, in terms of activity of the microflora. So कम हो जाएगा जैसे डीप हम होते जाएंगे. आई शो यू दी स्लाइड. टॉप पे ग्रासेस है, फिर ब्लैक लेयर ह्यूमस के आगे, उसके बाद रेडिश सॉइल वाज विजिबल. नो ह्यूमस, नो organic matter was there. During these steps, many intermediate steps are involved. ये जो 3-4 steps हमने बताया आपको, ये भी simple step है, लेकिन इसके अंदर there are many intermediate steps. This is one figure, I borrowed it from somewhere. You can see the amount of organic matter decreases with increasing soil depth, increase with the decrease in the organic matter with increasing soil depth. Surface layers have more organic matter than the subsoil. You can see ये ज़ीरो आप देखें, एक नो टिल है, कन्वर्शन टिल है. एक टिल का मतलब है कि वी आर प्लोइंग और वी आर नॉट प्लोइंग. अगेन 5 मीटर पे आप देखें, ऑर्गेनिक मैटर इज टू हाई, 10 kg पर ग्राम ऑफ सॉइल मिल रहा है. उसी में आप देखें येलो वाला है, कम है. सो डेप्थ के हिसाब से अब दूसरे को आप कंपेयर कर लें, 5 to 10 से 10 से 20 तक variation is there. This is another diagram which I modified actually. You could see this green layer, white organic matter. Surface layer पे plant is there, this whole black soil, and roots are there and no roots are here. अब ज़ाहिर है कि जब रूट्स नहीं होंगे, ऑर्गेनिक मैटर नहीं होगा और माइक्रोब नहीं होंगे, तो इसमें कोई इनपुट नहीं होगी ऑर्गेनिक मैटर की. ये आप देखें कि ये ग्रीन जो नज़र आ रहा है, वी हैव अ थिक लेयर ऑफ द shallow thick layer of the organic input, organic matter. But as we go down, there is a decline in a thin way towards deeper layer. Thank you very much.